Welcome to our first podcast, Lunch with E-commerce Villa. Today is gonna be a super exciting episode. We are going to have one of the genius when it comes to Amazon PPC management. Let's wait no further, and this is gonna be a very important episode for people, for the brands who are thinking about launching their products on Amazon. And also we're going to talk about few of the advanced techniques that people can utilize, to effectively rank their products on Amazon and how they can really make profit from it. So we would also be discussing about, that how would it be and what would it take to launch a successful brand on Amazon in 2023. Let me welcome to my guest, Afrasiab Khan.
Hey Ali, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Afrasiab. So how do I pronounce your name? Afrasiab?
Well, you can pronounce it Afrasiab Khan.
Afrasiab from Extreme Learning.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. He, as said, he's one of the biggest name when it comes to Amazon PPC management. He's making millions and millions of dollars for the clients he's managing, and just couldn't have anybody better when it comes to Amazon PPC management. So, Afrasiab Khan, so just give your brief introduction to us and just tell us a bit more about yourself. How did you start and how's been your journey so far?
All right, Ali. So it's been a long journey of striving and struggling in PPC throughout a learning phase, and then applying everything throughout managing this agency and managing the clients and everything. So I had started learning PPC back in 2020, from like in the mid of 2020 until date. It's been still the phase of learning has not been completed, and it's never completed for anybody who is working on Amazon PPC. So it's been a while since I'm working, and everything has been going very smooth. And now in Islamabad, I'm leading an agency that is Extreme Branding, and it's going all smooth.
Awesome, awesome. So, Afrasiab, I mean, we had been, I mean, this is gonna be a very important question because, we are hearing this every day that launching products on Amazon in 2022 and in 2023 is gonna be harder than how it was in 2017 because a lot more competition is there. Amazon is just attaining the attention of bigger brands, and sorry for that. So do you think that alone Amazon PPC in 2023, assuming that we are working in a relatively competitive niche, let's say we are working in a beauty category or supplements, do you think that alone Amazon PPC is gonna be enough for them to build a six, seven figure brand on Amazon?
All right. So the thing is that Ali, that's very right. That in 2023 we are going to face some struggles, ranking or listings and everything. But the most important thing here is that building a brand, either be it in 2023 or 2024 and 2022, it needs
Yeah.
a vision, not only Amazon PPC. PPC is just a tool that gives visibility to your products, to your listings. So, what I see, the biggest problem here that people, like specifically from Pakistan, what people do is that they keep launching different products and different niches, and like for example, I launched one mobile cover, and then I launched a laptop cover, and soon after I launched a ring light. So mixture of products, a mixture of niches are being can be seen in the listings. So this is not how we build a brand, this is not how we make a catalog. So we should have a proper catalog that we should work on. Like since I've been working on many brands and also with Pakistani clients, the difference I see is that here we don't have that catalogic approach towards building a brand. So for example, before launching my first product on Amazon, I should have something in mind that okay, man, I have to go with this niche. I have to go like if you know that Utopia is a brand, and
Yeah.
Utopia is known for its specific. Nowadays, they are in every niche and they are dominating very on a large scale. But when they started, they had a specific niche, and they dominated in that. So we need to carry throughout a specific niche, and then have a catalog and use PPC effectively to give maximum visibility to the products.
Yeah, awesome. It was a great answer. So Afrasiab, I mean, let's say in 2023, 2023, somebody is launching his brand on Amazon. We just came live on Amazon today. Let's say it's I think it's third, whatever the date is. Today is the first date. How would Afrasiab would set up the campaigns for that brand? How would the structure look like? Like, do you go with a traditional approach and starting from an auto campaign, or you feel like that you go straight in, start from the exact campaigns, or how does Afrasiab manage the campaigns for a new brand? And assuming it's a relatively competitive niche also.
Okay, so first of all, I really don't understand that why people just go with only one auto campaign and they're
Yeah.
in a product. So there are two factors now. Number one is that if my launch is a very new launch, there's nothing before that I did on my on the similar account.
Yeah.
We do not need to go with one auto campaign. The first thing
Okay.
is that give maximum time to your listing before coming on PPC. Make it appealing to the people. Be it well versed and well optimized and synced with the structure that you're going to make. So
Yeah.
be sure about your listing first. Now coming to PPC Campaign Manager,
Yeah.
what I would do is that conduct a proper keyword research that by selecting the most relevant and the most low competing and high demanding products, get the keywords, pick up a right selection of keywords as per the search volumes and everything. So there are two approaches still here, and that also depends on the market competition. That if it's highly competitive, I would definitely not go with my main keywords and these type of. So if it's highly competitive, go with a defensive approach that I would personally refer. Do not go with keywords having 1 lakh of search volume and 2 lakhs of search volume. Go with long tails and these. But initially, go with exact, go with broad, go with auto. Judge your campaigns for like 2 weeks or 10 days, and then you will be in a better position to apply the further strategies. So it's all depend on the market, that how the market reacts and behaves to your targeting.
Awesome. Absolutely true. Especially now in this day and age when we know the keywords, we can extract the keywords of our competitors. We know the keywords, so it's better to start the exact campaign as well rather than the traditional approach. It makes a lot of sense actually. First, yeah, this is the question because I have been experiencing this myself as well. There were brands in the USA, and there are brands in the USA who listed their products somewhere in 2020, 2019, and they actually never worked on those. They never worked on PPC. It just like they didn't put enough attention there. And let's say if there's a product which is old enough, 2 years old, and it hasn't been worked on enough, do you think that the PPC management for such listing is going to be slightly different than a new listing?
Ali, the thing is that the brands that you're talking about, they don't have one product, two products, or 10 products. They
Yeah,
have
of course, they
multiple
have a
products.
catalog. Yeah,
All
exactly.
right. So recently, I'll just share a small thing with you. Recently, I onboarded a brand that had like around 2,500 SKUs in that, and I am saying 2,500 SKUs. And if you check out if the PPC structure of that brand, it was comparatively nothing for what they were selling. So uh, the main thing is that when you have 2,500 SKUs, you would definitely be getting $1,000 of sale every day for like nothing. So this is not the goal. If you have 2,500 SKUs and accounts like in such a bulk number of products, you should have like I personally recommend that if there are 2,500 SKUs, multiply that 2,500 with at least 7 campaigns per product, which are very
Yeah,
basic, which is very basic, and just check out that what the number of campaigns you would have. The second part of question is that if a listing is like left behind for like 1 year, and how do I have to?
yeah,
Ali, this is a myth in the market that people say if there is a listing that has been not been worked for PPC for like years or 6 months, or it's out of stock for 2 months, it would not be worth to run PPC again. I completely deny this thing. This is not a fact. This is not something, because I'm currently working on such a product that when a client orders 500 units for that, 1,000 units for that, trust
yeah,
me, within 1 month we are again out of stock. We
yeah.
cannot even fulfill the inventory for that product. And when we go out of, like, I believe in the last 6 months we went 6 times out of stock, and within one
Okay.
month when we order the inventory, 1,000 units are just gone.
Yeah,
So it's about tracking your organic keyword ranks. If you're not ranking organically, just running sponsored ranks, this is not worth it. So I believe that both of the angles should be checked and worked upon.
Yeah, absolutely right. So, just as you mentioned that, there are clients who have so many SKUs, 200 and 300 SKUs. Of course, it's not possible for us to manage their campaigns manually. I mean, there are some AI tools like Atomic, like PPC and Fraud. What are your thoughts about those tools, those AI tools? Do you think that it is worth giving them a shot, or do you still feel like that these things needs to be monitored manually?
My personal experience with these tools has been very bad, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh,
The thing is that, yeah, that's right. If you have 200 SKUs for one person, it's very difficult to manage. But
yeah.
this is what we are here for, yeah. The
Yeah,
agencies, the
exactly.
service providers, the experts. So I believe that the manual approach towards PPC is the best thing because in these tools there is a proper there is something what I would say, we have some metrics that are fixed. Like for example, if I have a threshold click of 30 clicks, like that would be programmed in the tool. If we have a threshold of 30 clicks, that would just pause the target. So in
Yeah,
manual, when a human is actually monitoring that thing, he would not go for pausing that. You would check out the other aspects. Either the spend is in that level, either we have been getting the impressions, or either we need to give the opportunity to the target to perform further and to possibly by chance bring some sales. So I personally would not prefer to go with these tools, and the manual approach, human approach, and man force, that is the best way to go with your PPC.
absolutely, absolutely. That is why bulk files exist as well. Yes, it's difficult to do it everything manually from that PPC, from there. But when you have the bulk files, and I completely agree with you on this regard. So, first, yeah, I
Uh,
mean, yeah,
I would add here, even if you don't want to work on bulk files,
yeah,
just go from targeting tab, work from there, apply different filters. That is enough to work from. Like
exactly.
bulk sheets is okay, but
Yeah,
the like how focused can you work from the targeting tab? That is not possible from bulk file. So yeah.
yeah, yeah, absolutely right. So for us, yeah, I mean, if there are occasions when you are, I mean, you must have experienced this yourself as well. I mean, if there's a brand who has just launched their products on Amazon, do you think that we need to set some tag cost percentage for them? Let's say, I mean, you just launch your product. Do you think that what should be the ideal or target tag cost after 30 days, and what should be target tag cost after 60 days and 90 days? I mean, just walk us through about that as well. Also, tell our audience about what is tag cost. So that will be really useful.
All right. So the first thing is that when it's a new launch,
Yeah,
usually in the first 2 months, 3 months, we only work on not taking out from the account, but investing again and again. So
yeah,
coming most relevant to the question, I personally go like the most ideal tacos for me is that before coming to tacos, I would like to mention one more point.
yeah,
For example, if you have margins of 30% on your product, I would personally ideally try to achieve 30% ACOS, like the break-even ACOS on your advertising panel. So ultimately, your TACOS would be less than that of your 30%,
exactly.
right? So
Yeah,
and ultimately you would be not in loss, not on break even. Ultimately that would be a profitable sale because of your organic sales. So
exactly,
tech cost is total advertising cost of sale, and you get it by dividing spend over your total sales. Total sales means PPC and organic both.
exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So like, what do you think that if like how much time it takes to get to the break-even point? I was listening to Brandon King. You might have heard his name as well. So what he does is like he targets to. Then in the first month of the launch, he's like, I'm gonna get to at least I'm gonna bring my tacos down to 50 to 60%, and then he continues his way out, and ultimately he feels like that nowadays, since the niches are very competitive, 15% tag cost is decent enough in 2023 because of the competition, and because CPC is just keep getting expensive. So like, do you structure any formula in this way, or you just like how do you do that in that regard?
All right. So the first thing is that all right, that is a big name in this field,
Yeah,
and how they work. That is a perfect. Well, nothing is a perfect, but that is the thing. See, Ali, it depends on the market. Like I have, like since in my experience, witnessed those products having achievable ACOS of 20%, 18% in the first month of their launch, and those products with ACOS of 40%, 30% of TACOS in 3 to 4 months. So both of the
yeah,
situations have been appeared. Like usually, what we see that how. Uh, in the West, what is the criteria of product selection? What they do, like one time I was talking to my client and she said, I asked her that why did you launch this product, because we were struggling along a lot in the PPC and there were like a lot more problems in that. So I simply asked her that how did you select this product? So the reply was very interesting. She said that I came home, my grandma was packing her stuff, and I just saw that okay, that is a product that I can launch, and she just simply picked that up and launched that. No research, nothing. And like I believe that in these days, how people from Pakistan, how they work and conduct an in-depth analysis on the products and everything, that is very good as compared to the West these days, to be very honest. So the product market depends on these things a lot, and yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, Afrasiab, I mean, this is going to be important as well, because we hear this a lot that sometimes people say that, our conversion rate was, let's say, like our A cost was 40%, and then we made some changes in our main image or in our title, and it helped us to reduce the A cost. Like how would you emphasize the importance of having a good main image, price and title, which can effectively help you to increase your sales? I mean, sometimes just by optimizing title you tend to get more CTR, which brings you more traffic, and it helps you to increase sales. Do you think that it is worth, I mean, it is worth enough to do the testing in main image, do some changes in the title and see which is working best or not?
Yeah, it's very important that I already mentioned at the start of the video that uh, for example, if my title, like PPC is only a tool that gives visibility, but
Yeah.
when being a buyer, if I come to the listing and I see that the listing is not very user friendly or buyer friendly and does not create much buyer intent, it means I need to work on it. Like just a few minutes before I came to to this podcast, I recommended the same thing in a video to my client. They have like around 16,000 reviews already on their listing, but
Okay.
their title nowadays they are just losing their organic ranks, and that is because their title is not synced with PPC. So we need to have well synced title for what the targets which have been applied in the PPC ad console and what we have in the listing. So optimizing the listing title, getting perfect and appealing images is very important, and the price point, you should have very competitive prices. So before coming to PPC, before we talk about PPC,
Yeah.
listing is priority. We need to have a perfect listing in terms of the titles, in terms of bullets, in terms of A plus content, and also we need to have some brand story as well in the listing and everything. So I believe that this is priority.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've seen a lot of people myself as well, because working with the clients, what they do is like brands are not investing that much on images as well. I mean, they have a feeling that we just need to just put some random images and it will work well. Like, have you actually experienced? I mean, we can talk about this, that this will do that, this will do that, this will help you to reduce a cost, increase your sales. But like, do you have any story where the client made some changes? He triggered few things. He triggered his title. He updated his images, or he brought A plus content, and that helped him to improve the conversion. Like, can you tell us some story which so that people know the importance of having an optimized listing as well?
All right. So 1 year ago, I was working on a brand, and
Okay.
they were. I'll also tell the product. He was not concerned about that. He was working on car mats. All right, and car mats like it was such a big brand of UK that car mats was like in every for every car they had a mat. So there were hundreds of listings, hundreds of ASINs, and the images. If now you can imagine that if you have hundreds of ASINs, how would you manage to get the right images and perfect images for each of your listing in the car, and
Yeah.
so what they did, they just made some photos on Adobe Photoshop. Like they just shaped the car mats, that okay, this shape of mats would be put in Mercedes, this would be in BMW, this would be in this and that. But the click through rate on the account was very bad because of this thing. So when we suggested this thing, he applied only on 10 listings,
Okay.
and did a photography for that, A plus content and everything. And the click through rate incredibly increased by 1.5x. So
Wow.
within 10 to 15 days of doing this. So definitely, like, this is a psychology. If you think being a buyer of yourself, if you go on any e-commerce platform, you see 10 people, one person is not doing good with images, you'll not have a good idea. 9 of them are doing good, so definitely you would avoid to go with the one who is not good in that, because it's not giving a buyer a good idea that
Yeah.
what am I buying exactly and what am I paying for.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, another important thing, because I've seen these people asking this question quite a few times, that how often they need to optimize their campaigns. I mean, how do you think that that the necessary adjustment should be done after a week, or they should be done after a couple of weeks, or monthly? What would you suggest in that regard?
Well, Ali, let's say there are two accounts. If one of them is there are two type of accounts. If you have limited targets in the PPC ad console, like let's say if you have 100 targets total in PPC console, when you make changes today, watch closely for like 3 to 4 days. But still, this doesn't apply on the full account. I recently shared a video where you would see that those targets where the ACOS is 80% plus, you do not need to optimize them. Just simply pause
Yeah.
them and move forward. And when you're optimizing the targets with ACOS in between 30 to 75% or 30 to 50%, you can keep a close view for 3 to 4 days. And if it goes well in terms of impressions, I'm not talking about clicks. Do not judge from clicks in 3 to 4 days. Work on impressions. If it goes well, you see improvements. Work on that further, optimize it further, up or down in both ways. If both doesn't work, just pause it and move forward. So optimization is simply not something that you need to check in 15 days or monthly or 10 days. You need to check it every day, but optimize it in like 3 to 4 days and 5 days, and after monitoring closely.
Yeah, absolutely, exactly. So, I mean, that's another question which has been, because I've experienced this myself as well. Sometimes we find search terms from auto campaign, from broad campaign. When we bring those keywords or those search terms to exact campaigns, they don't perform as well as they were doing in broad or auto. So, like, what are your, like, what would you suggest any person, any brand who's working on PPC, that whether they should pause the campaigns right away when they're moving into the exact campaigns, or they should, let those keywords continue to, work in both campaigns parallel, and see once they start working in the exact campaigns, then they can go and pause in the auto and broad campaign. What are your thoughts on this regard?
See, we do not have any hard and fast rule that we
Yeah,
should have exact campaigns or we should get sales from exact campaigns. If you're getting it from broad or auto, just go in that. You don't need to go for, like, if you want to spend unnecessarily, go for exact, and that doesn't perform. So if you can control the spend of broad, because controlling the spend on broad is another challenge. So
yeah,
if you can do that, go for that. Otherwise, keep them in your broad campaigns, or also try creating one target campaigns. That is also helpful for for those keywords which are extracted from search term report and are not working in exact with other keywords. There are usually some problems, some technical problems from Amazon AI also. So if it doesn't work, go for single targets in each campaign in exact. So that probably would work for you.
yeah. Awesome, awesome. So, like, okay, so you have been working on such a broader scale, working with so many clients already. What are the most common mistakes you have seen people making when managing their PPC? Like, what are the basic mistakes that they are keep making and is keep hurting them?
Ali, the first thing is that uh, conducting an audit culture, this doesn't exist, and unfortunately in the service providers that we have. First of
Yeah,
all, you need to audit your PPC, you need to audit your listing, check out where we are lagging in the listing, what we need to do with that. So the main problem is that we do not concentrate on the listings. The second main problem with PPC is that if you check out some people, I don't know if everybody do that or not, but when you go to targeting tab and apply a sales filter of zero sales equals zero, you would see
Yeah.
in the last 30 days they'll have $1,000 of wastage ad spend, $2,000 of wastage ad spend. And trust me, till date, whichever accounts I have taken on board or I have audited, I have
Yeah.
seen this thing that it remains unmonitored. Like for example, if you have 50 keywords in one campaign, which is a wrong approach. If you have 50 keywords in one campaign, three
Yeah.
of them are bringing sales and rest of them are just giving you 2 clicks and 3 clicks.
Yeah.
So if every keyword is giving you 2 to 3 clicks and every keyword is like spending around $2 or $3 every day, and if you see at the end of the month the accumulated spend would be more than 800 and 1000, this
Yeah.
smaller portion of spends. So we need to control this thing. So checking out things in depth with more focus and getting more into things, that would be helpful and that would be beneficial for us, for a service provider, and for a client as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Afrasiab, it was really wonderful having you. If somebody wants to contact you, somebody is interested to take your services, where can they find you?
Okay, we have a Facebook page as well, Extreme Branding. You can search that, and also we have a website, extremebranding.co.uk. You can just book your meeting or get a proposal from the website, and yeah,
Awesome, awesome, Afrasiab. So, thank you so much for coming here. It was really nice talking to you. I mean,
thank
definitely, it's
you.
gonna be. I mean, there were a lot of things to learn. So, hoping to see you again. So, thank you so much, Afrasiab.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Bye.
And, so it was really wonderful. I mean, having this kind of a guy who's making millions and millions of dollars for his clients. I mean, you learn a lot from such people, and I think it was great talking to you, talking to him. I learned a lot myself, and thank you so much for watching. And just keep watching, subscribe, like, and share the. I mean, press the bell icon so that you can continue to watch some such exciting episodes. So, thank you so much.